there's been a lot of hype around this Mavia release. So just last week, Mavia came out with their global release. It actually went off pretty smoothly. I've seen a lot of other games like start out. There's a ton of bugs, but this game is playable. It's not perfect. A lot of people are having fun. There's been over 1 million downloads already between the Apple Play Store and Google. It hasn't been all good news, or we did see a dump in the land price after the airdrop went out. Land floor was, I think, up to 1.15 ETH, and it dropped more than half. It's about zero point 0.5 ETH right now. But overall, I think it's been a success. Have any of you guys been playing the game? Do you have land yourself? Scuds?
I don't personally have land, but I have played the game not for a long period. I can see how it's going to be very addicting. I mean, we're going to talk about whether it's a good investment or a good game a little bit later, but from a gameplay perspective, yeah, I can definitely see how this is going to pop off in the short term.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just very quickly say, yeah, I don't have any land. I haven't played the game. I have actually been following Mavia for quite a while. I did apply the Binance Mint that they had initially for the land, which I was unsuccessful in. But yeah, I have been following it for a while. I did a project overview with the Gamenomics boys privately quite a while ago. It might have been even nearly a year ago. And I think the project is very, very interesting. They've done very well with the launch. Obviously, on Twitter, it's been going crazy. Everyone's been talking about it, including us. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the investment side of things because I have a bit of an opinion on that. But as a game, and especially as a mobile game, they've done a pretty good job in essentially copying Clash of Clans because Clash of Clans is one of the biggest mobile games of all time. So,
like the good game versus the good investment, yeah, I think it's very unique for a Web3 game where they're leaning heavily on the Web2 side. Like if there's 1 million downloads, we'd have to assume it's not 1 million different players because people were trying to get this airdrop. But there's still 10,000 land plots. So the majority of these players don't own any of this land and probably don't own any of the Mavia token. When it comes to like Web3 gaming, I think there could be a situation where the investment side might not be the best option, but it's still a great game. And then, on the flip side, there's other games that might be a good investment, but maybe not the greatest game. What do you guys think on that?
yeah. I think it's an interesting one with investment versus I guess game experience. So it's investment versus the game experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
it could be a
I,
fun game, but not a great experience. Because, for example, somebody who might have bought a plot of land a week ago, it
yeah.
lost half of their investment, but people are still playing and having fun.
And you've done a lot of videos on like the airdrop, Nijay, right? Like you've done heaps of videos on the land, the airdrop. And I think for an average person, as you said, they're not gonna get involved straight away, or they might not have got involved with this. They might be thinking about it because obviously there's been a lot of talk about the airdrop, the token price, the Mavia token price has been really, really strong lately. And a lot of people have made money from it as well. But I think for me, I have a bit of a controversial opinion on tokens like this in the Web3 space. As someone that would see this on the App Store as a Web2 person, gamers are already automatically going to be turned off by the whole blockchain element of NFTs and tokens. And even if you capture some of those investment people, the people that would also think, okay, I'm investing already in standard financial markets. Let me think about this game that I've just seen on the App Store. They have a look at that. Have a look at a game like Mavia, and if they look further into stuff like the token, that's when I start getting a bit controversial because I start to think, well, what does this token actually do? And that's, you guys might know a little bit more about the project lately, but my understanding from the past and also just having a brief look at it in the last few days based on the hype, the token doesn't do much other than governance. And for me personally, governance is not of significant value add as an investment, right? If we talk about land, that's when things look a little bit brighter for me. You look at the way people play using the land and the things that they can do with the land, the exclusive things that they can get later on and potential airdrops that they can receive. Okay, maybe I can see some value in that. But as an investment, in terms of the Mavia token, I don't see much. What do you guys think about that, especially you, Nijay, because I know you've done a lot of research on Mavia.
Yeah, so a lot of this, the tokenomics for Mavia is still not even released. For the governance, how the governance is going to play out, you still can't even find that information on the site. One other thing, or one other utility I did see from Mavia, is that by holding a certain amount of tokens in your wallet will give you access to maybe new skins or NFTs or different things within the game. I don't know what they would call it if you're just holding it or if you're staking it, but by having those tokens in your wallet, it should help you with the gameplay. Maybe it allows you to earn more Ruby. Again, that's kind of up in the air. We don't know the exact details on that. But Jimbo, I want to throw this question over to you. So we were saying it's mostly Web2 players playing right now, and they're going to be able to earn this Ruby in-game. Probably not as much as the landowners, but how do you see that playing out? Is that like a recipe for disaster, or is that a good thing that a free-to-play player can come in and earn a little bit and be part of this ecosystem, this economy?
That's a tough one because it's heavily dependent on how you do it, right? So it's like if you're giving them just shit for free like Axie did, obviously you're just going to ruin the whole economy and the crypto is going to go to zero just like Axie. So I don't know, to be honest. I haven't played enough to think about how the rubies will actually affect the gameplay and the economy. You said that they've had a pretty good launch. I think that's an incredibly disgusting understatement. Like, didn't they have 1.5 million downloads? Like, let's remember that Power World, and I understand you have to pay for Power World, so it's a lot different, but still, Power World had 20 million downloads. So 1.5 for a crypto game is absolutely insane. Really well done for them. And it being mobile, I feel like people who play mobile honestly probably don't even know it's a crypto game, so they'll just play it regardless. Whereas if it was like a PC game, people wouldn't know like right off the bat. But also mobile gamers are more casual, so they don't really care. But regardless, I think Mavia is doing really good. I think I showed it to one of my friends who's really, really into Clash of Clans, or used to be, and he was like, "Yes, I'm gonna play that." And I was like, "Dude, I'll buy land and you can play." And I already got the scholarship thing going on. So, me personally, I don't know if I'll like the game a ton, but I think it's got a lot of promise. And the rubies, I think you have to give F2P players something, even if it's like scraps. You know what I mean? You just have to be very, very careful about how you go about it, or you could just, as I said, ruin the entire economy.
Yeah. So that the NFT store for the legendary items, which you're going to use the Ruby to buy, that's not even integrated yet. And even the land isn't integrated into the gameplay yet. So someone like me who owns a plot of land, I'm playing the same exact game as all the Web2 players right now. When all of that other stuff gets integrated in, we'll have a better idea of, how much more Ruby I'll be able to earn, or the benefits of holding my land. So I guess that's a tough question to answer because we don't have all the details. But when you were saying you told your friend about playing, I have, my brother and a few buddies that we actually used to play Clash of Clans together back in the day. I've been trying to get them into a game like Illuvium for a long time, and just the whole onboarding process, they just weren't into it. But I showed them this game one day, downloaded, and they were playing within 30 minutes. They're like, let's go. So there's definitely a benefit to a game like that with, having it on mobile.